Everybody? I'm doing a solo stream today. So I wanted to take on the advent of code stuff. And so the way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to try to learn a new language. I have seen a lot about, um, I've seen a whole bunch about, why is my mic, my mic is migrating. Hold on. Let me try to get it closer to my mouth. I need to adjust the tension on this thing because it tries to, look at it go. It's just wandering away. Stay still. No, cooperate. What are you doing? No? What are you, come on. Hello. I just, okay, we're just gonna roll with that. That's probably fine. Okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna try to do this advent of code thing, and so I have never done advent of code before. I am not, and there it goes. It's gone. Okay, I guess that's where it lives. Um, yeah, I'm gonna send off a quick tweet that I'm live because I was running late. I desperately needed coffee, and decided that that was better than starting on time. So I apologize. Let's see, I'm going to attempt to learn ReasonML while tackling the advent of code. Twitch.tv. That's me. All right. All right. I'm doing it. Here we go. Rolling. Um, right. So here we are. Where's my chat? There's my chat. They changed the Twitch dashboard and it throws me off now. Um, okay. So we're live. We're doing stuff. Things are happening. And I am ready to start. So hey Lori, how you doing? Um, yeah, let's do this. I have no idea. Let's see. How do I even start with Reason? Let's go find Reason ML. Um, and we'll see how to get started. Quick start. All right. Gonna install global things. See how that goes for me. Okay. Nice and fast. Cruising right along. Oh no. Reason comes with sharp too. Is it broken or are these optional? Unused. Hmm. Okay. So I don't know if any of that did it work? I don't know, it says it worked. So let's rock and roll here. I'm going to create a new project, BSB init, um, advent of code, and I guess the theme is going to be basic reason. Well, Chris, I don't know, man. I'm reading the docs. What did I do? Oh, like why is it giving me lots of errors? I don't know. Let's go. Basic reason. CD advent of code. Okay, and let's look at it. What did we get? Okay, so this now gave us whatever that is. And that's, oh, this is generated. Got it. Don't know what Merlin is. Hope that's not important. Let's see. maybe? Do I need, I bet I need like a reason. I'm just going to install a reason thing. Extension, reason, OCaml and reason. Let's see. This one has more downloads. This one has a higher rating. Have I already installed this? I've apparently already installed this, so I'm just going to let it go. Then I need to get back to the Explorer. Okay. Close this up. All right. All right. So, all right. What's up, everybody? It's good to see everybody coming in. Basically what I've done thus far is I have run the hello world like this. That's as far as I've gotten. So I'm curious. I don't need that. So I need to figure out how to do more stuff. So let's look at what I'm supposed to be doing, and then I'll just dig into the reason docs. So I am going to deal with the tyranny of the rocket equation. Okay. Santa has become stranded at the edge of the solar system. Why? To other planets. Oh, so there is life on other planets. Let's see. To accurately calculate his position in space, we need measurements from 50 stars. Got it. Chris, did you not read? It's right on. It's on the. I put it on the paper. Yeah. So, all right. I am going to. Let's see. 2 puzzles will be made available each day. Okay, I'm way behind, so there are a lot of puzzles. I also have a fairly limited time window here, so I think I might only be able to get through. I might just be part 1 even today. We'll see. We'll see how far we get. I can theoretically go a little further. So let's see here. Like that's why the weightlifting plates are colored. Yeah, that always made me laugh when I used to do the Olympic gyms where it's like, oh yeah, no, we're not doing math. We're like, well, give me 3 greens and a yellow. Okay. So the elves quickly load you into a spacecraft and prepare to launch. At the first go, no-go poll, every elf except the fuel counter upper is happy. They haven't determined the amount of fuel required yet. The fuel required to launch a given module is based on its mass. Specifically, to find the fuel required for a module, take its mass, divide by 3, round down, and subtract 2. So if I was writing JavaScript, I would do math floor mass divided by 3 minus 2, right? Mass divide by 3, round down, subtract 2. Okay, so I need to figure out how to do that I need to log in. Let's log in with GitHub. Am I logged in now? Okay. Puzzle input. So I guess I can start here. I need reason, and I need math. Overview. Okay, so we've got characters, integers. That's all good. Let binding. Oh yeah, this is looking familiar already. We're in great shape. So let's do something like this. I'm gonna keep my math. So I want to have an array of inputs. So how do I add an array of inputs? Is that a tuple? Is that right? It's int string. No, that's not. We just want like a regular list. So does it? Yeah, it can be immutable. That's fine. So it'll just be a list. So we'll say mass call it mass array. And then I'm going to grab these example values. Did you just freeze on me? Don't you dare freeze on me. Hello? Is everything frozen on me? Oh no. Oh god. What was all of that? Okay. Yeah, all right. So I have 12. I've got 14. 1969. It was a good summer that year. And then I need to do math on them. So I'm going to say, let's see, I need to loop. So let's look at let's see here. Just want to do stuff. Imperative loops? That doesn't seem like what I want. No, I don't want imperative loops. I want like type first. Oh, I get it. I see what's happening. So this is kind of cool because in functional programming, you end up with a lot of composition like this where you like this is the thing that happens first, and then this happens, and then this happens, and so this just flips that so that it's actually easy to understand. That's pretty pleasant. Okay, so if I want to, I don't want to do imperative loops. I want to do like, I wonder, do they have like a map? Pattern matching? That doesn't seem like what I need. You just got blitzed. What's up, Eco? Oh, Nikki, get out with that joke. That joke was worse than mine. What if I, oh wait, API. Class methods, module types, array operations. Here we go. This is what I want. I want, ooh, there's all sorts of stuff going on in here. All right, fill blit. What's a blit? Starting at element 02. Oh no, okay. I'm just gonna hope I don't need that because I don't get it. All right, hey, we got an array. You just got blitzed. Blitzed. So it looks like I can just like regular map. Oh, what up, Eco? Awesome. That's very exciting. Shared rewards to 5 others in chat. I don't even know, what does that mean? Is that a new thing? Okay, so I think I can just map the way that I would want to map, right? So I'm gonna get, oh wait, same as array map to all the elements of A. Okay, applies function F to all the elements of A, and then builds an array with the results. Yes, so that just does what I want. Okay, so I'm going to try, let's see. Well, we actually need like a reducer, don't we? Because we need to get the sum of all, well, let's make sure the math works. So, fuel, and that would be mass array dot map, and then we'll get mass, and then I can do mass divided by 3 minus 2. Okay, so that part makes sense to me, but I gotta let, not const, because I'm writing, oh shit. Okay, so that didn't do what I wanted. So why? That's not the right thing. Unbound record field map. That is not a useful error. Unbound record field map? Do I have to like do the list int thing? No. What if you just showed me code? Anyone? Bueller? Okay, let's go to the REPL. That's a switch. So if I have some map is a bare function, so like I have to do. Oh, yeah, okay. So I need to just run it as like this? No, I didn't mean max. Is it like this? Array has type list int, but an expression type array int. That doesn't work, does it? Okay, but why? Let's do this thing. Well, I'll take that as like blindly guessing my way through that. So what I just did was I looked at list and array, and so like a list here, but then down here for arrays, you just kind of throw whatever you want in there. But it feels to me like I should be able to loop to like map over a list. Maybe there's something in the API on this. Let's see. List. Do you have a map? Flatten. No. Map. Okay, so yeah, I can just undo what I just did. Let it infer. So I like one of the things that I like about Reason. Oh, whoa! Look at Chris. Thanks, man. That is very, very cool. I thank you. Yeah, no, this is wow, it's going wild. Okay. Yeah, so welcome all new subscribers. This is super exciting. Yeah, thanks y'all, and happy advent of code. Okay. So what I just did is like you can define types like this, but Reason is smart enough to infer that. So we don't really need like we only really need types when we don't have values, I think, because it just knows that like this is a list, so we don't have to tell it that it's a list. It's it will infer whenever inference is possible. So then this I think should just work. So if I console or wait, what do I do? js.log fuel array. Okay. And then I run yarn build, I think it was. Did that work? Okay. So that did all the work. And then to run this, what was it? Then you just run it with node. So node source demo bs.js. Okay. So that doesn't seem right. Or maybe, yeah, like why did it turn into an array of arrays? That seems incorrect. What is okay? Cool. So let's figure out why that didn't do what I wanted. Let's see what happens if I just make this an array. Okay, and then That looks way more like code that I would have expected. So let's try this again. All right. Okay. So that seems way more like what I'm after. So I have mass. Okay. So then I need to figure out how to do rounding. Or wait, did it do the rounding for me? So divided by 3, divided by 3. So let's see. That would be 4.6, right? Let's check that math. 14 divided by 3, 4.66 something. So minus 2, it's automatically flooring that because it's an integer. So I think 654, 33, 583. Okay, so it just did that work for us, which is dope. Yeah, that's awesome. So excellent. That's pretty much done then. So then the next thing I need to do is figure out how to take my puzzle input, which is here, and I will take this, drop this in here, do the select all trick, and then what? Option Shift I, and I'll just do that. Okay. And then I need to reduce this. So instead of map, I want to use reduce. So let's go back to that API, look at arrays. Let's find reduce. There is no reduce. Okay. There's going to be something like reduce. Fold. AB. God, this is hard to read, isn't it? So this it doesn't really matter which one I get, right? So I'm just gonna. Well, it does matter because I don't want to have like a map and then a fold left. I'd rather just have let's just try it. Let's try it and see what happens. So I'm going to fold left, and that means that I need to pass in a function, the array, and then the starting value. Oh man, they need better examples. Let's go fold left, and then this is going to be the accumulator, the mass. What don't you like? An expression was expected of type int. So maybe the first thing is the first value. Unused variable. That's fine. And because of the order of operations, this is fine, I think. And I believe that'll just work. Yeah, so that I like that it's auto-compiling. I don't know what I did to cause it to auto-compile. Hope that's not a process that just never turns off. Okay, so if I did this right. Aha! Okay, so continue to part 2. During the second no-go poll, the elf in charge of the rocket equation double checker, that's a hell of a title. Let's fuel itself requires fuel just like a what? Oh, okay, I get it. Oh Jesus. So let's see. Okay, so what we're doing is We are calculating the fuel required to handle the extra mass of the fuel. So we like we have the ship and all the equipment and everything, and we calculate how much fuel is needed for that. But then when we add that fuel, that has mass, and so we need to add additional fuel to calculate for that mass. And so we are basically writing a function to it would appear recursively calculate fuel until we get down to a vanishing number, which is handled by wishing really hard. That's funny. Okay. So then treat the fuel amount you just calculated as the input mass and repeat the process, continuing until a fuel requirement is 0 or negative. Okay. Module of mass 14 requires 2 fuel. The fuel requires no further fuel. 2 divided by 3 and rounded down is 0. Okay. So 654 fuel requires 216. 216 requires 70. Requires 21. Requires 5. And no. So we need to create this type of a loop. I think we could just handle that with like pretty, well, I think straightforward recursion. Yeah. So let's go back to our, let's see, what happens if I just comment this out? Yep, that's good. And so I'm going to just take this this value that we know the outcome for of 1969. Okay. And so this will give us the required fuel. And then we need to take the required fuel. Let's pseudocode this. Required fuel, and we'll divide by 3 minus 2, and so we need like total fuel. I need a little helper function because what I think I'm going to need to do is something like if what is it? Fuel mass is greater than 0, then total fuel would be, let's see, it would be fuel mass of required fuel. And then we would do fuel mass required fuel, right? So this basically says, or yeah. Well, we would need to mutate this though. There'd be some kind of a, okay. Yeah, so Nikki, Rossopedia is exactly right. I was gonna look for a math floor, but because we're doing integers, Reason's just like, I don't care about your floats, get those out of here, and it just drops them. So it gives you a floor by default. If we wanted to do any other kind of rounding, we would need a float, and then I'm sure there's some helper somewhere in Reason that would allow us to do this. Okay, so I'm gonna write a function. So let's figure out how to write functions in Reason. I'll go to the docs. Let's look at functions here. So we define those exactly how I would want to, very similar to JavaScript. So let's say let fuel mass, or required fuel, and that takes mass, and it returns mass divided by 3 minus 2. This should be an int. Right. So that should work. And then if I have this run as required fuel, instead of being, yep, that's all good. I don't even think I need this. I'm gonna avoid adding types whenever they can be easily inferred. So I guess I'll just wait for Reason to complain at me. So let's see. This ought to just, I'm going to run this to make sure that it does what I expect, which it should give me exactly the same output. Or no, it shouldn't because I changed the number, but 654, which is what we would expect, because that's here, right? So that is doing what we want. So then I need to set up a loop, which I guess would be an imperative loop. So let's look at a while. And I could, I mean, I guess I could, let's see, how would I want to do that? So I am getting my required fuel. And so if I was writing JavaScript, there are a couple ways I could do this. The way that I would probably do it is have the function, like another function that would call itself. So like calculate fuel. And then that would take fuel. And then that, so this is going to be wrong. I'm just going to write it in JavaScript and damn the torpedoes. So then it would say, it would be something like, this would have to accumulate somehow. So I would have like this is going to be gross. We're going fast though. So additional fuel starts at 0, and then we would say like, extra fuel is, would be like, oh man, I hate this. Required fuel times fuel, and then we would do additional fuel plus equals extra fuel. These variable names are terrible. And then we would say something like, if extra fuel is greater than 0, then we would just run it again. Right, so that would give us kind of a recursive function that would call itself on these values until the values drop below the vanishing point. So I want to try to do this in Reason. So I think, I mean, I might just be able to do this. Let's see. The plus equals isn't going to work. So let's do math. Where's my like regular arithmetic? Integer and float. Don't want that. There's no float module in the current. Okay, whatever. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to do it the additional fuel plus extra fuel. That didn't work. Let's look at the let binding. Let gives names to values. New score. Okay. Bindings are immutable. May create a new binding of the same name. Okay, this is funny. So yeah, I got it. Okay, so it shadows but basically, like, for all intents and purposes, that's mutable. Um, but that should be fine then. So I just have to redeclare it. And then why doesn't it like that? Can't unbound value calculate fuel. Can a function call itself? Function. Recursive functions. That's what I need. So I have to call it recursive. Okay, but then you don't like let additional fuel. Then I guess I would just like return this. How do I return? Okay, so let's go back up to functions and learn how to return. Oh, it just returns whatever the last thing is. No. Okay, so we've got it going recursive, but I need it to return a thing. And the thing that I need it to return seems like that would be it. Okay, but okay, how do I return values? Return values? Return values. No. Automatically partially called. That's dope. Currying and partial application are awesome. So partial application is when you have a function like this and you can call it with the first argument, and then it returns a new function that only takes one more argument but has this one stored, as this is showing here. Yeah, that's so cool. I love that they do that by default. Let's see, labeled arguments. I kind of don't care about that. Or wait, maybe I do care about that. Omit. Oh, okay, I don't care about that. Okay, but for real, yo, how do I return something? Um, let calculate fuel. Oh, wait. Oh, God. All right. And then I need the fuel. Oh, but that's not. That's type int, but an expression was expected of type unit. If I just make you an int. Can I, let's see. I want you to be, how do I say what gets returned though? This bare calculate fuel isn't doing anything? Of course it's not. Or yeah, wait, yeah, it is because when you call it, it updates this. No, nope, I don't like it. I don't like whatever's. No, that was the wrong thing to delete. This expression has type int, but an expression was expected of type unit. I'm going to pull this one inside. So we're going to start it at 0. I'm going to get rid of my type annotations because I don't think I need them. Does this need to be quoted? I guess it doesn't matter. So then, if I do it this way, though, no, because that would reset it every time. Which makes it unit by default. So you're saying I need to do like int. Okay. And blocks, yeah, so block scopes wouldn't have access to it. So I need to current so I need to do like current and then something like this. And then return it. All right, let's try it. Nope, doesn't like it. This might be unmatched. You're not unmatched, but you don't like that. Okay. How do I set defaults? As int equals 1. That was, yeah. With punning sugar? What the hell is punning sugar? The spaces might be important. Nope, doesn't like that. Doesn't like that. You're gonna make me. Do I need that sort of thing? Okay, but what is now what? Current argument cannot be applied without label. What? Okay. But I don't need this to be optional though, is the problem. I need it to be okay for real. Somebody needs to explain punning to me. They talk about punning up here somewhere. Declared with an arrow and return the expression. Okay, that makes sense. This declares a function and assigns it with the name greet. Got it. Multi-arguments separated by commas. For longer functions, you'd surround the body with a block. Okay, that's fine. Function always takes an argument, but sometimes, yep. All right. Can be confusing to call. Yeah, this is what I was thinking about. Add coordinates. Oh, so here we're naming. I get it. So these are named fuel current. Okay, but now it's just mad. This optional argument cannot be erased. What? What? Unused variable additional fuel. You're being returned. Don't act like you're. calculate fuel. So I guess here, and okay, still don't know why. Do I need to set these? Like, are you smart enough to know what you are? All right. Optional argument cannot be erased on 113. I'm not erasing it. As a matter of fact, it's just a shorthand called punning. Okay, so shorthand is just skipping the as thing, and it just uses the name. Okay, so that makes sense. Then, sub juice, thanks for the sub. Then optional labeled arguments. Radius can be omitted. But if I want it to have a default value, I don't get what this. Given this syntax, radius is wrapped in the standard library's option type, defaulting to none. Okay. If provided, it'll be wrapped with some. So radius type value is either none or some int. Okay. This particular variant type is provided by the standard library. It's called option. The unit at the end of draw circle. Okay. Because radius and color are both labeled, the function can be curried and it can be applied out of order. It's unclear what the following means. Positional. Presume the optional labeled argument is omitted when the positional argument is provided. Explicitly past optional. Nope, I don't like any of this. That's not a shortcut. That's longer. That's more stuff. Optional with default value. I don't even want these to be optional. I just want them to be positional, and I don't care if they're positional, right? Like, it's fine if they're positional. I just want them to be a default value. That shouldn't be a syntax error. Just show me a default value without defaults. Let's look for defaults. Default. I don't want, but I don't want labeled. I just want like, I don't get how to do a default value without labeling then. That doesn't make any sense to me. That seems like something that should be possible. Because like if it's positional, then it should be more obvious. I guess I don't need it to be optional. You're right. So this poses a problem though, because now I need to look, how do I keep a value inside of, oh, interesting. So I'm assigning it the like the value of this if. Do I need to supply an else then? No. If show menu. Pattern matching. Okay, so let's look at pattern matching because that seems to be the thing that everybody loves about Reason. Um, let's see. Chris, maybe this is what I'm after. I'm gonna fall down this rabbit hole real quick. Everybody get ready. Nerd sniped. Optional labeled functions. No, because that's not really what I'm after. Like, I don't want to have to label my arguments. I want to be able to just declare. I want a default value for a non-labeled positional argument, which seems like a reasonable thing to expect to exist. Now that's okay. Let's look at pattern matching. So variant, okay. Switch data. So I'm basically saying nah, I feel like this isn't what I want. How do I switch on? You can switch on strings. That's good. Yeah. Match on exceptions. Switch on. That certainly looks like magic because I have no idea what that means. Um, so what I'm really curious about is like option boolean. No, I don't care. Let's see. What if we just show me fizzbuzz with pattern matching? Like, is that? Yeah. No. Oh, so you're going to talk about fizzbuzz and you're not going to show me how you would solve fizzbuzz with reason. All I want is for someone to show me a goddamn like integer in here. Pattern. Can you set like conditions as patterns? Like less than one? Variables as patterns. Don't care about that. when okay, so I think, yeah, I can use pattern matching. So it would be a switch, and let's go look at the basic. So I'm switching on additional, or wait, extra fuel. And then we've got extra fuel when extra fuel is greater than 0, or is less than, yeah, greater than 0. We want to calculate fuel, extra fuel, additional fuel, right? And then what's my default case? Fall through case. And that would just be additional fuel. Okay, so no problems. All right. We feeling lucky? That's not right. So 1969 should give us a value of 966, which means we should log. Can I just log? If I just do something like that, is that going to work? Let's see. Let's try. Nope. Okay, so I want to log fuel, current. It's not logging anything. It's trying to do that. Oh, hey, Lily. Thanks for dropping by. And also, bye. Let's see here. So I have my switch. We're overriding this a bunch of times. And I need oh, I can simplify this, can't I? Because I can take this, drop it here, and then go here. And then I can actually drop this out entirely and just return the value of the switch. Should that get the same result? Should get the same. Now we've got chaos. So we get the 654 and the 0, right? And then when we run the 654, wait, is it? So you can just put, dude. This is where I get stuck, right? Is I'm like, hey, what if this was like really, what if this was really easy? All right, so we'll go here, false. Okay, so that. Oh, and you just give me a straight ternary. Okay. All right, so that gave me the same result. That's fine. That's good. That's what we wanted. But it's giving me it's not giving me the total. So current plus extra fuel. So what we should be seeing is the fuel number goes up, right, by extra fuel. And the current goes up as well, but that doesn't seem to be happening. So I've got the 654 and the 0, and then we get the required fuel for that. Oh. Do I need to add that? Is that the problem? Is that the right number? Nope. Okay. So it starts out right. It's 654, then we get 216. Then we should get 70. We do. Then we should get 21. We do. Then we get 5. We do. And then we end up adding more for some reason. I guess I can just... Math max. Yeah, the max would be good. Return fuel is less than or equal to 0, 0. Or fuel plus fuel for fuel. Yeah, I feel like I'm doing something silly here because I'm getting the right numbers, right? Like we're getting the math is right up until the end. And so I want to figure out extra fuel. All right, let's run that. So we end up with a -1. So where is my math going wrong? Yeah, so the extra fuel is what I want to be seeing here. Yes. 70. Wait, that number seems wrong. Okay, so 654 plus 216 plus 70 plus 21 plus 5. So we're starting out with 654. So we've got our fuel. And then we get the extra fuel. All right, I'm gonna drew, let's see, I need to like cast to, can I just like force it to be a type? Convert a string to a character. To convert a character to a string. Oh, here we go. That you'd think that would get old fast, but it really doesn't. Okay. I don't know what's going on. See, I don't want that anymore. I want to I want to figure out where I'm getting 966 here. So if I take fuel plus current plus extra fuel, at some point this should turn into the number we're looking for. And it doesn't. So something is happening that's causing this to jump weird. So we've got 654, right? What if I do this? Does that work? No, it doesn't. I'm going to label these. And since I don't know how to put numbers into strings, I'm doing it the hard way. Okay, so I guess I should figure out what the extra fuel number is as well. Extra fuel. Okay, so let's just work through this math a little bit. If we are starting with fuel of 654, which is the right number, right? That's where we want to be. Then we calculate the fuel. Where's my extra fuel though? Did you not? You not doing the thing? Where's my extra fuel? Oh, what did I do? JS. Got it. Thanks for the warning. Then that's the wrong thing. This thing. So we have 654, 216. And so if we add all those together, so we can do 654 plus 216. That is correct, 870. Then we have 870. We have an original. Oh, we're double adding. So the extra fuel. Oh, so we would need to add code. Is that right? So do I just pass it through with fuel? No, that seems like it's going to get worse. Maybe. Nope, that'll just loop forever, so that's not good. Okay, so that gives me the same result that I was getting. Yeah, this is day one of learning Reason. I don't know how it works. So and also I'm not good at math. So I'm kind of attempting to figure out both how Reason works and how to solve this advent code thing. So I'm kind of in like a double limbo here. So I have this is adding up the way I want. Then once we have the 870, which is what we want, then we want to pass that amount through, but we only want to run the calculation on the new amount of fuel. So the extra fuel is what we need to calculate on. We do that here. And then we get another amount for extra fuel. So I need to add these together. Right. Well, okay, so I want to add the fuel, current, and the extra fuel. And then I want to shit. How do I want to do this? So I'm going to write this out again because so I have my 654, right? And then when we run so that is our fuel. Then we run extra fuel, which is required fuel of 654. And that equals 216, right? And then we have our current fuel level, which is, we'll say it starts at 0. So then on our next iteration, we need fuel in the calculation to be 216. So if I take this whole thing down, then I need this to be 216, and that will give us the next number down, which is 70, and I need the current fuel to be 654 plus 216. Okay, so that means that then we pass through the extra fuel, and then the extra fuel will get added the next time. So fuel is here. And so then we need to be able to get at this value. God, why is this so hard for me? My brain does not like this. We've got, I usually code JavaScript, which like, I feel like right now the problem is not reason. I feel like right now the problem is me trying to understand where to put the math to get this to work. So I'm trying to think through, in order to pass these values the way that I want them to, I need required fuel is 70. So then I need to save that. And so I guess I need to pass it through without the extra fuel. Otherwise, I add the extra fuel. That got me closer, but then something went wrong. What if I do it like this? Yeah, it does mean that I only add extra fuel if extra fuel is greater than 0. That's what it told me to do. Um, so yeah, so if extra fuel is greater than 0, we add it. Okay. No, I'm still short here. So this is what I want is we've got fuel, current, 66. So I'm missing one last step. Um, so I need like one more step here that basically says if yes, Chris is tall. It's a good joke. Damn it. All right, so I feel like I'm very close on this, and I am just missing like an obvious little thing. Because what I have is like I've got to the point where I'm at the last step, and then at the last step, I just need to add in the extra fuel because I'm missing this little bit of fuel. That was it. That was it. That was what my brain needed. Aha! Yes. Okay. So let's try that with the other value. And so this should give us 5346. So let's drop it in.
Holy buckets, did that just work?
5346. Okay. So cleaning this up a little bit. All right, that was painful, man. My brain did not like that. All right. So let's uncomment the total values. Let's clean this up a little bit so that we don't have confusing stuff coming out. All right. And drum roll. Oh no. What? But I got the right answers. So, hmm. So my answer is too high, and my answer is too high. Despite getting the right answer when we drop in these values. Whoa, wait a minute. Let me just double check that I didn't like accidentally throw in additional values here. I don't think I did, but just in case it's something silly and oops, silly and simple like that, let's solve that first. No, that's the same number. So I'm doing something wrong, and I'm doing that in ways that I don't understand. So let's comment this out again. And what I'm going to try is fuel starts here, right? And now when we did this for 14, it stays at 2. And that's correct. Okay. 1969. That requires. Did you not save? 966, which is correct. $53.46. That is correct. So, what the hell? So, the sum of the fuel requirements for all the modules on your spacecraft. Oh, Okay, so that's what I'm doing wrong. I'm taking the total here. I'm calculating one at a time, and that's correct. But we're getting rounding errors when we do them in aggregate. So basically, I need to, instead of doing this all, oops, instead of doing this in 2 steps, we need to do it in 1 step, which means I need this to be a function. And we're going to let fuel equal that, and we're going to return calculate fuel of fuel and 0. And I need to put this up above. And that, I think, will solve it. Nope. Whoa. All right, what did I do wrong? Required fuel, right? I've got my fuel, I've got my current. How did this go negative? Like, that didn't even make sense. Let's see. So this is that is confusing. Why? Um, so it calculates the fuel correctly when it runs in sequence. So it gets the fuel. So we're getting the required fuel. That's the problem. I have an accumulator. So I need that instead. Nope, still broken. Why are you broken? What don't you like? Alex Aki, the font is operator mono.
What are you doing, computer? Why? Why are you like this?
Okay. What if oh, this would be really cool if I did it as like what's okay, so what's going on here? Why don't you like this? Let's JS log fuel. I have no way of knowing if those numbers are correct, so good. I'm good. I'm glad that it's in your autocomplete. All right. So if I get my fuel amounts and then I JS log calculate fuel for those fuel amounts, like none of these are negative. All of these amounts are positive. So am I like crossing some boundary where now it's like, do I need like a long int or something? That would be really silly. Int 32. Like, are we topping 32? Um, well, the accumulator here is to get the total. So I'm summing all of these. So I have my mass array, which is this big list of numbers. And then we've got a function to determine fuel by mass. And then we have a function that determines the amount of fuel that the additional fuel requires. So we've figured out that these functions individually work. What we're not figuring out is why the hell, if I get the fuel requirement, so each of these is one of the mass numbers. And so we need to run these individually. We take the mass number, we figure out its fuel requirement, right? And that's coming out and looking the way that it's supposed to look. Let's just do the, I'm just going to do this thing because I still don't know how to interpolate integers into strings. Okay. Wait, now I have a real number. Oh, did it just decide to work? Hold on, let's try this. Also not the right answer. So something I'm very confused. All right, I'm going to try this with the numbers that I know. So we know that 14, 1969, and this last one here. These three numbers should give us 2 plus 966 plus 5346. We should get 51314 if we run these three numbers through. So let's try. That gave us a big old 0, so that's great. Fold left. Accumulator is 0. Did this break? Am I... You're supposed to be logging, sir. Okay, so what's wrong? I broke something clearly. I have fuel. I have calculate fuel. Got my accumulator up here. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Something's clearly not working. So let's... Okay, so that starts working again. Where are these giant numbers coming from? Thanks, Snowy. Let's see. I don't know what is happening. I'm getting, okay, so I'm getting my fuel. The fuel is coming out where we would expect it to. Wait, is it not? 654. And then it should give us 33,583. Is that right? 33,583. Okay. And so then it should add those together. Like, do I need to do this separately? Calculate fuel and 0. Right? Because we're always starting with 0 extra fuel when we're calculating the additional fuel that's required. And so then if I JS log extra, and we'll... What was the thing to interpolate? It was like... interpolate like... Okay, so let's try it. I'm going to do extra. And then is it interpolated like in here? That is a lot. Nope, that wasn't it. All right, I gotta figure this out. Reason string interpolation. That isn't really, okay, maybe, so like this. Ah, got it. Okay, that's better. So I can just do it like that. Cool. Okay, thank you for teaching me that, because that would suck. Awesome. Thank you for the help. All right, so now we can do slightly less terrible string interpolation, and I can put these values out, and so we see that we are getting the right values. The fuel is 2. The extra, oh, wait. This should be 0 because it shouldn't. Okay. So we are adding extra. So if it's 14, then we already have the fuel mass. Ooh, all right. So the total here, total fuel required for the module of a mass. Okay, I understand what's happening. So the challenge that we're running into is that this is adding additional mass. So instead of just telling us how much fuel, right? Calculate fuel. Now that seems correct though. Right? So the extra So the total amount that we should see for a mass of 1969 is 966. So this should be 2. Did I already do this? 2 plus 966 plus 5346, 51,314, and we are not getting that number. So what is happening is it is adding together. It's adding together these values. And so I need, well, the mass. Like, do I just need to take this out and add in the mass? Oh, yes. That's what I need to do. No. Okay, so that's not it. I'm starting to feel like we're in like extra hacky territory here, but I'm going to do something just atrocious. Still wrong. Why? Why? Why is this happening? Damn it. Thank you for the sub, Magnificode. So the problem that I'm having right now is that required fuel, we're getting too much fuel. So this is better. Our fuel is 2, our extra is 0, right? That's what we want. And then in this one, our fuel is 654. So if we take 966 minus 654, we get 312. Okay, that's better. And then our big buddy up here, we've got the 5346 minus that, which should be 16,783, 763, which it is, which means that our fuel requirements are there. Okay. And so if we're on day 1, part 2. So what the total amount should be is the 5346 plus 966 plus 2. 51,314. That is certainly not the amount that we are getting. So but then I'm just redoing the math that we were already doing. So why is this? Does anybody see what I'm doing wrong? Like, I have literally no idea what is happening with this math. So I get the right mass. No, I don't. Something's wrong. Here we go. So I get the right extra, but I'm not getting the right fuel. Yeah, fold left is reduce. There's a fold left and a fold right. Implemented in JavaScript. I mean, so I don't feel like the problem is the language right now. I feel like the problem right now is literally me not understanding this math. Because the fuel is correct, the extra is correct, right? Fuel, extra, like this number is what we're getting, 16,763. So we're calculating properly. Let's do total is total equals extra plus fuel. Doesn't like something. String literal not terminated. Oh, whoops. Okay. But I'm getting the wrong. Like, this is the wrong amount, right? Like, I should be getting 5346 plus 966 plus 2. Why? Like, what the hell is going wrong? Here's my total is 2. Okay. Let's print the accumulator and see what is breaking, I guess. Oh my Jesus. Oh my God. I'm so mad right now. Been logging the wrong number. Why? Why am I like this? Okay. So, all right, this
Son of a biscuit.
should work. Oh. Oh my god. Okay, so that math was probably right for a lot longer than I thought.
What do you mean if this just worked?
Okay, that was excellent. All right, y'all. Okay. I'm gonna call this because I think I don't know that I've got another one in me. But this was super
Holy
fun.
buckets, did that just work?
I'm going to attempt to do more of these. I don't know if I'm going to get through the entire advent of code. I don't know how much of this is going to happen. So I I feel like that hurt a lot. So yeah, but we did get it done. So I'm happy about that. Let me create this repo. And oh shit. Nope. Okay, good. Good. All right. Do that, get create. And then we will make sure that I'm not adding a bunch of stuff. Looks like we're good. Why do I have VS Code stuff in here? Fascinating. Oh, so that's what the thing is when I'm saving stuff. All right, cool, whatever. I'm into it. Let's add everything, git commit, advent of code day 1, and let's push. All right, so I should probably rename that to be something that actually makes sense, but I'm not going to worry about it today because I'm a little mad at myself for how long I just wasted just reading the wrong value out. So cool. All right, y'all, this was fun. We will do it again, and definitely go check out the calendar because we've got cool stuff coming on. So on Tuesday, Phil Hawksworth is going to come on the show. We are going to build out a build plugin that does AST transformations to turn images into lazy loaded images. So kind of like let's see if we can grab, let's see what we can do to grab images that are just kind of written in standard HTML markup and automatically lazy load them. Then the week after that, or no, sorry, same day. So in the morning, Phil's on. In the evening, Rich Harris is coming on, and we are going to learn Svelte, and that's going to be super fun. So I had Divya on the show earlier this week, and we did a Vue, and so I'm going to do Svelte. That's going to be great. I've never used Svelte before, so this is going to be a fun little deep dive. But I'll have adult supervision this time, which means that it won't be quite as painful as watching me today learn Reason. Then we've got Chris Biscardi, who's in the chat today. We're going to build the Party Corgi website on Thursday. That's going to be super fun. Then we're going to get into Netlify build plugins. We're going to do combining REST APIs into GraphQL APIs using 8base. We've got a couple other fun things coming up, so keep an eye on the schedule page. I'm also working on a calendar so that we can do some so you can subscribe and just get these automatically added to your Google Calendar. That actually exists. I just haven't put a link to it anywhere. So yeah, definitely, follow this channel, subscribe. You can see things on YouTube as well if you want, but I think that's it for today. So stay tuned. We're going to raid, and we will see you next time.